So Seville wait us in the semi-final of the Champions League. Technically, on paper, it's the easiest game that we've had so far in the knockout stages, but I can guarantee that means we're going to have the toughest time yet. 1, 2, 3.
Dans les campagnes, urgir ses forces soldats.
Hello and welcome back to the Money Bags. Today we are playing both games against Seville, away and home legs. We're missing out Green Camp in the middle. We don't care about that too much. All we care about is the Champions League semi-final, which we feature in, and it's incredible. To think it took me until literally the last few days of Football Manager 17 to actually get to a Champions League final, and today we're on the verge of it, and the full game's not even released yet. Since you were last here then, we've played 2 games, and they haven't been the most convincing. We beat Angers SCO in a 1-0 win, scoring the 89th minute, not the best, and then we lost to Bordeaux 1-0. So the preparation for this game hasn't been great, if we're being honest with you. We've really not played that well. The league table, though, we're still top of it by 3 points. We slipped up where we should have picked up a win, really, to go 6 points ahead of Lyon, but instead we missed that chance in that game in hand. So we're only 3 points ahead of Lyon, so there's still a chance that they could catch us up, but technically speaking, we are 4 points ahead because we're 3 points in the league, and we've got a goal difference as well. So if we do lose another game and Lyon win, then there's still a goal difference holding us ahead of them, which is nice. For the first time in this series, we've had no injuries at all currently to our players. Javier Pastore is just coming back actually from a broken toe, but other than that, no injuries whatsoever in the entire squad. So I'm delighted because that's literally, I would say, a miracle. Dynamics-wise, things are looking all right. You know, we've got decent stuff going on, to be fair. I've never really mastered it, you know, especially the managerial support. I'm in the green for it, but only just. I'm still failing to have positive influence on a number of players. And also, I've only been at the club a short time, so that's kind of part of it as well, I suppose. But dressing room atmosphere is decent. Match cohesion is very good, so nothing too much to complain about going forward, I don't think. Social group-wise, finally, Kylian Mbappe has got some friends. He's finally made friends with Nkunku, Yuri and Dagba, so he's got some mates at last for ages and ages and ages. In fact, the whole season, practically. He's been in this other section where he's had no mates at all. So that's interesting. Also, an interesting point to see is the hierarchy is very, very flexible and very much alive in terms that Thiago Motta's now not a team leader. He's a highly influential player, and Dani Alves has become a team leader. So, by looks of things, you can't have any more than 3 team leaders, and they are subject to change. And I guess that does depend on how much game time you give them. We've not played Motta at all, whereas we played Dani Alves quite a lot this season before he got injured. So, perhaps that is where things have happened. Enough of all that rubbish though, we need to get on with the game today, and the game in hand is the most important game we've had so far. And I've been thinking, what formation do we use? This formation has been very successful in recent games against Champions League opponents, but for a team that actually is probably not as good as us, do we go back to our normal formation of a 4-2-3-1? But I think we're going to stick with this because it has been so effective in the Champions League. So Areola sits in goal, Kazawa, Thiago Silva, Marquinhos and Mario sit at the back. Nainggolan is that CDM just in front of them, Verratti and Mbappe out there in the midfield with Mata and Neymar just ahead of them, and Cavani starting as the lone striker today. But with 43 goals this season, he's got enough goals for 3 strikers essentially, so we're playing with 3 strikers in my opinion. Right, kicking off here, and what should be a routine win, I'm predicting is going to be very, very tough. Seville are European merchants. They've won the Europa League, you know, a ridiculous amount of times, like 23 million times or so in the last 23 million seasons. And they're trying to strip their stuff now in the Champions League, where they seem to be doing quite well for themselves already this season so far, but hopefully we can put a stop to that as we look like we're going to come on the attack now as Mbappe on the ball plays it up towards Cavani, who plats back towards Mario. Mario trying to build some sort of attack now as they're trying to get some more players forward. Cavani on it, through to Mbappe. Mbappe across the middle to Juan Mata, and 4 minutes, 27 seconds onto the clock. We have gone 1-0 up and grabbed an away goal against Seville, which is really, really good to be fair. Away goals really do count. We've seen the importance of them so far in this save. If I'm being honest with you, I'm not expecting too much from this game. I'm expecting it to be fairly quiet. I think there's going to be a lot of midfield battles which aren't going to result in a lot of chances at either end of the pitch, really. If we look down here, we can see that 20 minutes into the game, there's only been 4 shots in total. Seville having a vast majority of the possession, though. We need to do something about that, I think. Analysis, that might be telling us something about it, actually. Although Mbappe is just apparently being played out of position because he's more of a winger than a midfielder, you know, attacking midfielder, I should say. So I don't know, perhaps we do try and retain possession at some point, but we are starting to claw things back a little bit. But as I said, 30 minutes into this game, nothing's happened so far. Rico then with a goal kick, or free kick rather, actually, for Seville, puts it towards the pitch. Pizarro on the ball now, trying to clear it out towards Correa on that left-hand side. But he gets tackled and Cavani can't quite get to the ball there. But it's played through to Macedo, to Muriel. Muriel shot has gone in the back of the net, and that is not what we expected or wanted, really, coming into this game. That is Really not what I expected. It sort of came out of nowhere, that goal, if I'm being honest with you. Well, the half-time whistle sounds, and by looks of things, Sevilla actually are the team on top. We're lucky to be 1-1, I think, although saying that, there haven't been any highlights. Literally, the only 2 highlights have been the goals. That's basically been it. Team talk, though, we're going to go assertively. Not happy with the performance out there. And they all look fired up and motivated, actually. So hopefully that gets the message across to the boys and we start to pick things up in the second half and we grab another goal or 2 maybe. I mean, 2 away goals would be beautiful. 3 would be perfect, I think. Seville, though, trying everything to not let us get 2 or 3 away goals and try themselves get into the lead. And Zonzi puts the ball through to Jesus Navas, who's obviously joined from Man City a few seasons ago now, I think. As Vazquez hits the post, we've let them through there too easily. We had a few players surrounding Vazquez there and none of them could win the header against him. So our centre-back, in fact, our whole defence is playing very, very poorly. So perhaps we need to have a word with them and change things around. We've got Kimpembe on the bench. We've got Dani Alves on the bench we can bring on. We've got Yuri on the bench as well. We've got plenty of people we can bring on if they're not going to play well. So we'll have to monitor that. I mean, like I predicted, really nothing going on this game at all. It's been such a quiet second half. They've only had 1 shot since the turn of the half. We've only had 1 shot since the turn of the half. I think we are going to make some changes, though, now. And they're going to be more up front. Neymar's not had much of an appearance in this game, so we're going to bring Julian Draxler on for him as well. Kazawa looking there. In fact, a lot of the defence is looking there. So we'll take Kazawa off, though, and bring Yuri on. Hopefully he might change the game for us. We'll make those 2 changes for now, but 15 minutes ago, I'd take a draw at this stage. A free kick on the edge of the area for us. Mata puts it in, but it's cleared away very easily. And Nainggolan puts it back towards Mata, who's got another chance to put it into Mbappe. And Mbappe has somehow managed to get the turn on his man and put it in at the near post, at Rico's near post. And we're 2-1 up now, which is obviously an advantage being in head. But we've also got the 2 away goals. So technically speaking, we can get away with a 1-0 loss if the results stay as they are now in the second leg. Cavani looking to get on the end of the goal kick there, but Pizarro picks the ball up instead. Ever Benega on the ball. We've passed the 3-minute mark now, so surely the referee will be blowing his whistle any time now. And he has done. It's all over. Mbappe's wonder goal provided a difference there according to the commentary. And we've come out of this game 2-1 winners away to Seville. So all we have to do now is go home and keep a clean sheet, basically, and then we'll be fine. Now, that's a decent result, to be fair. We're playing on the Wednesday, actually. So if we look at the overview, Man United beat Barcelona 4-0. So I think it's fairly safe to assume that Man United will be in the final of the Champions League and it's going to be us or Seville facing them. Right, we've got a couple of days to the Green Camp game, then a few days after that is a Seville game. So I'm going to quickly go forward now and play the Green Camp game. And I'll see you back in a couple of days' time for the return leg of the Seville game. So we're back now for the second leg against Seville. We're going for the exact same lineup, same formation, same everything basically. It worked well enough in the first leg, so it should work again. We beat Green Camp 5-1 in the end. Cavani getting a hat-trick, Verratti getting 1. There was an own goal as well. Also, very, very nicely in there as well, if we look down here, Lyon, they drew in their match against Nantes. So we're 5 points clear with only 3 games left. So it's all but confirmed that we're going to win the league unless we have a massive, massive collapse in the next 3 games and we lose it. So next episode tomorrow, that's going to be the final 2 league games of the season. And then after that, who knows? You know, we could be playing the final of the Champions League or we could be crashing out. Right, team talk. We have to go calm. And I think that we have to go. It's a brand new match. We need to make sure we win it. And they seem motivated and gaining focus by that. So that's a positive thing to take from that. I'm liking that from the squad. Well done, boys. That is good. Let's go and beat these Spanish guys now. Come on. It's also slightly personal, this against Seville, because I've got cousins who live in Malaga, and so technically Malaga, after Lincoln City, is kind of my second team, and we've just won a penalty, and Mbappe wins that penalty there. He's going to take it himself. Now, I think the record is 5 goals from 17 penalties taken so far. Can we make it 6 from 18 as Mbappe steps up, and he's not doing that. Well, I mean, as I was saying, you know, I've got family in Malaga, which is a bit of a rivalry with Seville. In fact, I've got a Malaga, you can't see it, I'm not going to get it down from the wall either, because it's like attached with nails and things like that, but I've got a Malaga scarf up there. I've also got an Italy one, a CSK Moscow one, and a Lincoln one. So there's no real story behind them. In fact, there are stories behind them, but I'll leave those for another day. Saying that though, there's no highlights going on in this game either, so maybe I will tell you. Lincoln scarf, obviously. I'm a Lincoln fan. CSK Moscow scarf because I went to Russia and everyone got Zenit stuff, but I decided no, let's get CSK Moscow. It was also because I liked, at the time, I liked playing as them on FIFA because they had Doumbia and Musa and just absolute pace, and it was easy. Neymar Jr. comes inside there and scores to make it 1-0, 3-1 on aggregate. A lovely work little move there from us. I mean, I was too busy talking about how I liked Doumbia and Musa in FIFA 14 or whatever it was, but that's why I've got a Moscow scarf, because I like them and I was in Moscow, so why not? Italy one is from an Italy v Wales rugby match. Two of my mates are Welsh. Went to go and see Wales versus Italy. As an Englishman myself, I couldn't support Wales, so I supported Italy and bought a scarf and wore Italy's stuff and things like that. And then Malaga, just because I've got family in Malaga. Well, this has been a very uneventful first half. The only highlights have been a missed penalty and a Neymar scoring a goal, which I didn't particularly watch because I was too busy talking about the scarf. But we'll take it though. We're 3-1 up overall, and this is a fantastic place to be. And look at those stats as well. We're not letting Seville get anywhere near us. I'm pleased with your performance, lads. Keep it going. Everyone's delighted, apart from Verratti, which is a bit of a change. Even Neymar looks happy, so that's something. That's a bit rare, to be fair, but it's very nice going forward seeing that, so I'm very, very pleased. Neymar's looking very tired, though, at the start of the second half. I think we are going to take him off very soon because we want to save him. We don't want to risk an injury because condition that low down suggests to me there could be an injury. Because I'm sure he was like with everyone else, like in the 90s or something like that. So that's something I do want to change. I think we'll take him off very soon, actually. In fact, I'm a bit scared. I'm going to do it now. He's an important player. As much as he annoys me, and I don't really like him because I think he's just a bit of a twat in game, I'm going to take him off. Mbappe also not playing very well since he missed his penalty, so we'll take him off as well for Dani Alves. Let's bring Dani Alves on and give him a little run out because he deserves it, doesn't he? I mean, really, this is going to be quite a short episode if there's no highlights in the second half as well. I mean, let's have a little bit of excitement at least. Let's try and get a few more goals. I mean, as I say that, we're on the ball. Let's do it. Cavani on the ball now as he's trying to break through, passes to Juan Mata. A lovely ball through to Dani Alves, who puts it into the middle, but it's only gone as far as Jesus Navas, who can't really do much with it, plays it back to Juan Mata, who has his shot from the edge of the area, and it goes in the top corner. As I said, we need another goal. We get another goal. Well, this is interesting because, as I was saying earlier, it took me the entirety of Football Manager 2017 to get to a Champions League final. Before Football Manager 18 is even properly released, it looks like we're going to be in a Champions League final and probably against Manchester United as Nainggolan had a shot from distance. It was a decent shot. Rico in a nice save. It's gone behind for another corner now. Will Dani Alves produce wonder? Not really. It's cleared as far as Nainggolan. Have another crack zone. He doesn't. He plays it off to Thiago Silva. He puts a great ball through to Dani Alves. He puts it into the middle towards Cavani, who just puts it wide of the post. That could have been 3-0. Oh, how close was that? A final change now because Verratti's looking tired. So is Mata, but We'll take Verratti off and we'll bring Rabiot on for him because he hasn't played for a while, deserves a bit of a game, and Verratti can have a little rest. After the poor start we had this season, really didn't do. I don't think we've ever really got going this season. I don't think we've had a period of time where we had like 8 wins in a row, to be fair, at one point, but we've never really been at 100 miles an hour, at 100% speed, I don't think. We've sort of got there at like 3/4 speed, I'd imagine. I don't think we've properly got going. I think that's probably my fault, trying to sell Di Maria, upsetting the team balance and things like that. But in the end, we have come through, and we're now, despite a goal right at the end there for Seville, we are heading to a Champions League final, and it's most likely against Manchester United. I don't know if Barcelona are going to pull it back or not, but they're 4-0 down, so I'm pretty sure it's Manchester United going to play in the final. Will they be the final test and be too much for us, or will we be able to get ahead of them and grab the win? We've done it. We're in the final. We just have to wait now and see if it's going to be Man United or Barcelona. We'll do that in this episode. We'll let you see, shall we? We won't leave you anticipating too much. But well done, boys, passionately. What a great result. I'm sorry these games were quite boring as well. Literally very minimal highlights, but in a way I kind of like that because it's kept me calm. It's kept me sane in a way as well. So we'll go forward today. We've been paid 6.8 million, or 6.68 million rather. Come on then. It's Manchester United that we're going to be playing in the final. They beat Barcelona 6-0 on aggregate. That is a huge result. Let's just confirm this in the news when it wants to show me. It's not really come up yet to say it. And it's not even told me yet now. So that could be a little bug, but it's not telling me who I'm playing in the final. But if we look at our schedule now and we scroll down, it's still unknown. So we know it's Manchester United, but the game doesn't seem to quite know that yet. So I will see you tomorrow. We're going to play Stade Rennais and an SMKM, a second time playing this season on camera. That's interesting. And then on Friday, we're going to be playing the Champions League final in the final episode of this little beta series that we've got going on. So thank you very much for watching. Subscribe to the channel if you're new. Drop a like if you've enjoyed this video, and I will see you tomorrow.
Jusque dans vos bras, égorgez vos fils, vos campagnes. Je veux cet ordre d'esclaves, de traite et de rois conjurés. Pour qui cette ignoble d'entrave c'est faire des longtemps préparés. Pas des cohortes étrangères feraient la loi dans